name is Aiden and welcome to Hearts Fine Art. If you don't know me, I am an artist and I am participating in VLOGMAS 2025, which means that I'm gonna be posting daily videos up until Christmas. Today, I wanna explain to you guys why I decided to go back to school. I have just finished my test and everything went well. I'm already feeling relaxed and I'm actually gonna go out and celebrate with some of my friends. I need to get ready, so I'm just gonna do my hair, sit down and chat with you guys for a little bit. I want to talk about why I decided to pursue a master's in business administration. So I'm just gonna straighten my hair. I do need to divide my hair into two sections. This is the heat protectant that I like to use. I'm actually not a big fan of this, but I have it, so I'm just gonna use it up. So I want to talk about my experience with school. I actually have a bachelor's of fine arts where I concentrated most of my classes to learn about graphic design. And I chose graphic design because at the time I didn't really believe that I could make money with a fine arts degree. It's one of those things where like fine arts is my true passion, but I had biased beliefs that made me think that maybe a fine arts degree wasn't gonna be profitable for me. I was just like really scared to like go into a field and not being able to have a job, so I opted to concentrate with graphic design. Even if I don't regret my decisions, because learning the software has actually helped me as a creative person overall. But if I have to be real honest, that is not necessarily what I wanted to do. Once I got into the field and I got a first-hand self-experience of what it meant to be a graphic designer, I just feel like schools don't always provide everything that you need so that you can be successful in whatever industry. There's a lot of stuff that you just kind of have to learn through experience. And working as a graphic designer made me realize that there are actually a lot of paths that you can follow, and if you can find a path that you like, you can always create a new one. That's kind of what inspired me to like seek out alternatives, creative fields. When I was in my last semester of undergrad, that's kind of when I was getting to the point where like, okay, like if I could do just one thing for the rest of my life, what could that be? That is going to be painting. Painting is what I like to do the most. But you know, I just went along. I didn't believe in myself. I was just listening to other people's opinions instead of listening to my own voice. That made me very unhappy. Yes, I was making money. Yes, I had a job. And yes, I did learn a lot of skills that I am now using as a business owner. So I don't regret the decision of doing an undergrad and focusing on graphic design instead of fine arts, because it opened up my options to learn more about business, customer service, freelancing, and how to get things done, how to create, blah, blah, blah. I did get the value that I was seeking, but I also wanted to do more in life. I kind of got tired of being an employee, working for other people, because it will get to the point where like, okay, if I want to keep growing here, it's either gonna take a really long time or the effort that I put in this company to grow is not gonna go towards me. Like when you work for other people, you have to be mindful that at the end of the day, the one that it's making the profits is either the owner or the shareholders. So learning about business made me realize more about the flow, where the profits were being made, the investments and the returns. I spent like about 2 years just analyzing what I could do for myself. If I could start my own business, what could that be and what would I do? Realizing that I could open up a business about anything, it was like music to my ears. I was very delighted to finally have found a path where I could just be creative, be myself, and just stay authentic to my artist identity. Learning more about social media and creating also made it a little more fun. Like posting content is one of those things that I actually enjoy doing. I was just very afraid before to just share anything online. Before I decided to pursue a graduate degree. I was weighing my options. I thought that maybe I could do psychology or maybe some kind of like social work, because I used to volunteer teaching painting classes to senior residents. I really like doing that, but I noticed that like sometimes my students would get really personal and that my art was helping them process emotions. So I started to look into schools, learn more about what I needed to do if I wanted to be a therapist. That's when I realized that like the path to become a licensed therapist takes about 12 years. And I was not about to start over and spend 12 years in school and doing all these things that other people are telling me to do. I needed that freedom to make my own choices, because I don't like to depend on others. It kind of brings me anxiety, and that's a me problem. But at the same time, that comes with power and freedom. When you want freedom, you kind of like have to like sacrifice a lot of things. Like there's a lot of days where I'm constantly working, researching, and studying, for like 12 hours a day. I don't have a lot of free time to just waste. That's manageable. But at the beginning, there's sacrifices. And once I decided that, okay, maybe psychology is not for me, then that's when I started to look into business. I was like, okay, well, I don't want to commit to all these years of school. What can I do that it's not gonna take me too long to learn, something that is kind of related to what I already do, and something that could open up an opportunity for me to create artwork and live up from it. Graphic design is a great path for that. Like if you're a creative person, if you like doing illustrations, especially for illustrators, I feel like graphic design is like the perfect field. But I wouldn't recommend people to like go to school to become graphic designers. You can actually learn more outside of school. At least in my community, they're kind of falling behind when it comes to technology. It's just evolving faster than what the system can keep up with. So I would say like for graphic designers, you're better off like doing classes that are not associated with universities, probably with business school as well. But the thing is that like when I applied for my program, I actually ended up applying for a scholarship and I did get 50%. So I'm only responsible for the 50% of my tuition, but it's not expensive where I'm going into debt. That was like the main thing. If I were to go into grad school and finish the program, I didn't want to go into debt for it, because going into debt for school is just not worth it. I don't care what other people say about it. It's just not worth paying thousands of dollars, because they cannot promise you a job. They're gonna tell you that you could, but they're not lying, because like opportunities out there, it's just very difficult. And together you have to do more than just schoolwork. Like as a graphic designer, not only do you have to pass your classes, but you have to develop a professional portfolio, which is something that my school was lacking. They did not teach us how to professionally prepare a portfolio for job applications. They teach you more about creation, which it kind of balances out. I don't know, like I have like mixed feelings about school sometimes, because it's like they should be teaching you how to be an employee, but at the same time it's like people like me, we don't want to be employees. So the programs that I've been taking have actually worked out. I got lucky with my school, I got lucky with tuition, and I got lucky with my interests. So do your research and like just hope for the best. But I also did a lot of work. I made sure to keep good grades. I left a good mark in my school when I was an undergrad. Applying for grad school was really easy for me. I did a free entrepreneurship program where they teach you all the basics of what it means to manage a business. This is the structure of a successful business. And then it's up to you to like do your research, do the work, and blah, blah, blah. Being an entrepreneur requires a lot of self-motivation. Like you just kind of have to really love what you do. I already know that it's gonna help me to save so much money, because when it comes to investments, we are sort of like attached to personal ideas. We don't consider, is this project profitable? And that's the main reason why I wanted to go to business school, so that I could, one, have like a great structure for my business, and two, making sure that the projects that I was working on were profitable and enjoyable for me. In conclusion, business school is helping me balance what I enjoy to do on a day-to-day basis, and it's also balancing out making sure that I am making profits. I'm not gonna lie to you, like, grad school is not easy. Like, I was so stressed for the past 8 weeks because this marketing class had no business being this difficult, but I did it. Just like having this opportunity, I'm just so grateful for it. I choose to look at it from a fun perspective. Like, I just want to have more fun and I want to enjoy my life. I want to make my own decisions, and to make good decisions, you need to have like a good balance. The business idea started off with me doing freelance work for people. I did do some commissions a couple of years ago where I was trying to find clients that were interested in fine art, that were interested in my work, in my style. But I'm a slow painter. I paint really slowly, so I was like, even if I'm completely booked for the entire year and do commissions all the time, it wasn't gonna be like enough money to survive. I want to live comfortable. We deserve as creators to live comfortable lives. We just have to figure out a way to make that happen, right? So it's a little bit of hustling, but the hustle can be fun if you look at it from being creative. You know, like I made this bag. This is a diamond painting that I glue into a tote bag. I could just make these and sell them. I did it for fun because I wanted it. It made me just like believe in myself more, of like, oh my god, I'm like so capable of so many things. So like with a finer business, like I could do so many things. I see all of these artists online like making content, going to markets, and they live very comfortable lives. Okay, so the path that I want already exists. I don't even have to create it from the ground up. I can focus on like what I want to get out of it, and then I can observe and learn from these people who are already doing it. So one of the things that they taught us about business, my first introduction to business, was like, it's okay if you copy other people. You can copy their structure, you can copy what they did first and see what it works, because it's gonna be different for you, because you're gonna have different products, you're gonna have a different target market, you're still gonna be unique. You know, at the same time, you can just like copy someone's work. Like, I'm not talking about that, but I'm saying like, if you see like me, for example, I see artists making process videos and listing prints, and they make most of their money from prints. That's one of the products that I'm gonna be producing besides the original artwork. And something that I have already been working on is on stickers. I've sold stickers for about 2 years, making them with my own printer at home, and I learned more about how to price, how to create products, and how to market that. Now that I have like that structure, now I want to grow. Okay, like I can sell higher price value items, but before I do that, I also need to focus on creating an audience. As artists, even if you want to sell in galleries, you are required to create your own community, to have your own following. So even if I choose to pursue my own business or take the gallery route, I still need to build an audience. I still need to expose my art. I still need to create a digital footprint so that people know who I am and what I do. This is what YouTube means for me. It's a channel where I'm gonna create my audience. And I want to focus on YouTube first and then take it from there, because I do have a lot of plans, I have a lot of ideas, but I only have so much time. And having that option of like, okay, when I'm done with business school, what's next? I don't know. I really don't know what's next, because I'm more focused on the process, but I still have to keep in mind the bigger picture. So I don't know what's gonna happen after graduate school, but I do know where I want to be in 5 years. In 5 years from today, I want to be fully sustainable from my artwork and creation. At the moment, I'm not at that level. I'm still having to do side things, getting part-time jobs to cover all my expenses. But it's a sacrifice that I'm willing to make so that I can prepare for my own future. In a way, I am creating my own path, but I'm also following someone else's footsteps, the path of least resistance. I advise everybody who wants to start a creative journey to like research, observe what other people are doing that have similar interests, and see where you can apply your talents, because you already possess so many talents and experiences that you can use. Like for me, you know, being a graphic designer, I'm able to edit, make graphics, build websites. So this whole social content comes very easy for me. The thing that I struggle with is with speech, with communicating. So VLOGMAS is helping me with that so that I can practice and get better at speaking. And also, like, I'm learning marketing. It has been very exciting, and I know it's gonna continue to be very fun. But yeah, I actually need to start and get going. So this is gonna be it for today. I didn't upload a video yesterday because of my exam. You're gonna get 2 videos today. So make sure that you subscribe to my channel so that you are notified every time I upload upload a new video. And if you also haven't watched my other videos, I did create a playlist that I'm gonna link right up here. So go watch those if you haven't already, and I will see you tomorrow.